Hello my dear class 7 students, welcome back. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 16, light, okay? And you can also refer page 201 to 216, okay? Now this is chapter number 16, science, and the name of the chapter is light. Clear? Now light, I'm sure you are familiar. Now light can be, see, the ultimate source of light we get is from the sun, right? The ultimate source of light is from sun. Now we also have a man-made light, okay? Like we can say a torchlight, clear? A torchlight or a light bulb, right? From a bulb. Now these days, like even like from the cell phone, there you have a torch, even from the cell phone. So we have many ways, okay? Even like it may be not powerful, but even from the candle we can get a light, right? So we have many different types of light, but the ultimate natural source of light is sun, and the others are all the man-made source. Clear? Now students, let me tell you that without light, you will not be able to see. Clear? But some people say, see, we are able to see because we have eyes, right? But let me tell you, eye and light together give you a sight, right? That is why you are able to see. Clear? Okay, so students, we will study like about the reflection of light, okay? Now, see, why? Because suppose like this is a book, okay? This is a book. Now, how this book become visible to me, okay? Or to you? Now, light rays will fall on this book, okay? Now, light rays will fall on this book and then it will get reflected, okay? And that is how we are able to see an object. Clear? Okay, so students, we will study about the reflection of light, okay? Reflection of light. Now, reflection of light means it is the process, okay, or the phenomenon of bouncing of light. Clear? What is reflection? It is, to make it very simple, it is bouncing of light. Clear? So students, let's say this is a mirror, okay? Let's say this is a plane mirror. So in the mirror we have if you look back at the plane mirror, you will see a silver coating, right? So let's say that this one is our silver coating, and then let's say that this is a mirror. So now, see, now if like the source of light, let's take sun, okay? Sun. Now if light rays fall on this mirror, then what will happen, students? It will get reflected, right? It will get reflected. So now see, like if you throw a tennis ball, it will bounce back, right? So the same thing happens with the light rays, okay? Light rays. So now if a light ray fall on this surface, what will happen? We'll get to see a reflected ray of light, okay? So that is the bouncing of light, okay? So that is the reflection of light. So we are done with the definition about the reflection of light. Now we'll study more about this reflection and the laws of reflection. Clear? Now students, see, the light rays which we are getting from the sun, okay, which we are getting from the sun and which falls on this surface, it is known as incident ray, okay, incident ray. Clear? So this is the incident ray. Now what happens to this incident ray? Now once it hits the surface, like I said, we get a reflected ray. Clear? So this is the incident ray and this is known as the reflected ray. Okay. The other ray which we are getting like through reflection is known as reflected ray. Now, students, if you draw a normal, okay, if you draw a line from here, now this is the point of incidence, right? This is the point of incidence. If you draw a normal that is perpendicular to the reflecting surface, clear? So this one is normal, okay? Normal, and it is indicated by N, okay? Indicated by N. Now, this one will be 90 degree, clear? 90 degree. Okay, so students, now from here, let me tell you that we are getting an angle, right? So this one is known as angle of incidence, okay? This one is known as angle of incidence. And here, this one is known as angle of reflection, okay? Now, angle of incidence is given by this, like this, okay? And angle of reflection is given by this sign, clear? Now, don't get confused. This is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, and this is the normal, okay? Normal to the point of incidence, okay? Now, this one will be 90 degree, clear? Now, from here, student, let me tell you that angle of I, okay, angle of incidence will be always equal to angle of reflection, clear? Now, suppose if this one is 60 degree, okay, then even this one will be 60 degree. If this one is 30 degree, then even this one will be 30 degree. Clear? If this is 45, then this also will be 45. So, angle of incidence will be always equal to angle of reflection. Clear? And students, we can see that, see, you can imagine, okay, this is a plane mirror, see, and then this is a plane mirror. And it's the same thing, but I'm showing you in the other ways as well, okay? Now see, this is the plane mirror, this is the incident ray, this is the reflected ray, and this is the normal, okay? This is the I, this is the R, this is the N. Now we can see that all these rays, they lie on the same plane, right? They lie on the same plane of the mirror, right? Now see, in this direction also you can see that they all lie in the same plane, right? So from here we are clear with the 2 points, right? That angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. In the other one, that is the incident ray, the normal to the point of incidence, and then the reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane, right? So that is the law of reflection, okay? That is the law of reflection. Okay, so now I'll write the law of reflection here. Law of reflection. Now, this law of reflection, my dear students, is very important, okay? So the first law would be the one that I have explained, that angle of incidence will be always equal to angle of reflection, okay? Angle of incidence will always be equal to angle of reflection. So this is the first law of reflection, okay? Now let's discuss about the second law, okay? Now the second law would be, see, I have just now explained that the incident ray, the normal to the point of incident, and the reflected ray, they all lie in the same plane, right? So that is the second law of reflection. Now the second law of reflection, I'll write over here. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal, okay, and the normal to the point of incident, they all lie in the same plane. Clear? So students, see, the first law is very simple, that is just angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, this is the first law. Now the second law is the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal to the point of incidence, they all lie in the same plane. Okay, so I'm sure you are clear with the laws of reflection. Now we will study about the regular reflection and irregular reflection. Okay, so students, regular reflection. Okay, now see, when we talk about any smooth surface, okay, that will be a mirror. Okay, that will be a mirror. Now say light rays can come from any direction. Okay, light rays can come from any direction. So now see, this is a smooth surface. Okay, smooth surface. And let's say this is the example of smooth surface would be always plane mirror. Okay, the most common example would be plane mirror. Now you are all aware about the laws of reflection that I have explained just now, right? Where the angle I would be equal to angle R. Now let's say that now we have an incident ray here falling on this, striking on this mirror. Now it will go here, right? Now let's say we have another incident ray here striking on this surface. Clear? Now let's say we have another incident ray here striking on this surface. Clear? Now we have another incident ray here. Clear? So these are all the incident ray, and the one that we are getting after reflection is called, after striking the surface or after bouncing, okay, the ray that we're getting, that is the reflected ray. So I, and this is the R. Now see, students, what you can observe here is they are all parallel, right? Why? Because they are falling under a smooth surface. So that is when a smooth surface, okay, when light rays fall on a smooth surface, that is an example of a regular reflection. Clear? Regular reflection. And that is only possible in a smooth surface, which the most common example would be plane mirror, okay, because it can reflect most of the light. And now here, see, I've just drawn 4 light rays, but light rays can be many, okay, light rays can be many, it can come from any direction. And here, see, the normal to the point of incident, it will be, the rule is the same, okay, the rule is the same, so these are all the, from here, okay, these are all the normal to the point of incident. Clear? Okay, so students, I'm sure you're clear with the regular reflection, right? So now next we'll discuss about the irregular reflection, okay? Okay, so students, the second type of reflection, that is irregular reflection, or it is also known as diffuse, okay? D-I-F-F-U-S-E-D, diffuse reflection. Now students, we have already discussed about the regular, right? Regular is to do with the smooth surface, right? Now, do you think like, okay, just take example this board, okay? This board is smooth or rough? Now, most of you will say that this is smooth, right? But this is actually a rough surface, okay? Rough surface. Now, what about a paper or a chart? You might think that it's a smooth surface, but that is also a rough surface, okay? So, now I'm taking any rough surface here, okay? Any rough surface here. Now what happens? What happens here when a light ray falls on the light surface? Clear? We'll see that one. So now this is the incident ray, and now we have a reflected ray here. Clear? Now this is the incident ray, and then we have a reflected ray here. Now we have another incident ray here, and then we have a reflected ray here. Now we have another here, so student, see, now the reflected ray, if we focus on the reflected ray here, okay, this is the reflected ray, this is the reflected ray, this one, they are not parallel, right? Now why they are not parallel? Because the light ray is falling on a rough surface. Clear? And that is an example of diffuse reflection and or irregular reflection, okay, because the light rays are falling on the rough surface. Okay, now if a question, okay, if you get any question, now in this type of irregular reflection, do they obey the law of reflection or not? Yes, so the answer would be yes, okay. Though we are not seeing a parallel here, now let's say the first one, okay, this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray, right? Now here they still apply, here still the angle of incident and angle of reflection is equal. Okay, even here, okay, even here the angle of incident will be equal to angle of reflection. And the same goes for here as well. Clear? So even in a rough surface, they obey the law of reflection. Clear? So yes, we are done with the regular reflection and we are done with the irregular reflection. Clear? Now the last topic for today would be lateral inversion. Okay, lateral inversion. Now the most common example would be in a plane mirror. In a plane mirror. Okay, in a plane mirror, you will see the mirror that you have at home. Okay, the mirror that you have at home, that is the plane mirror. Now if you just focus there, now the right appear to be left and the left appear to be right. Now you can just write something. You can just write ambulance. Okay, you can just write ambulance, and if you see in the mirror, okay, you'll see a lateral inversion. The right appears to be, you'll see this B will appear like this, right? So, and the L will appear like this. And see, this E will appear like this, right? So that is an example of lateral inversion which we get to see in the plane mirror, okay? So students, in this today's video, we have discussed about the basic concept about this reflection, the laws of reflection, okay? Now, in the next class, it's going to be very interesting because we're going to see how an image is formed, okay? How an image is formed in a plane mirror, and we are going to study the diagram, okay, about the human eye. So, for today, please make note of whatever we have discussed. I'll see you in the next class.